Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I did a video. It's been a little tough lately, but it's a beautiful day and I figured it would be nice to come and do a video. Originally the video was going to be about depression and I was going to do it in my house, in my room or whatever, but I decided it's a nice day, so I'm going to go ahead and do this video out here. Something that a lot of people that I know about me, I deal with depression. I deal with it a lot. I have beaten it to a point, and yeah, you never really truly beat depression, but you can combat it. There's a few steps. I'm excited to do this video today. It's going to be good. I hope I can help a few people with it. It's one of those things that, you know, everybody knows about a little bit. You know, they've at least heard the word, but they don't exactly know exactly what it is. But yeah, this video, I hope it helps, man. I really do. Because depression is something that you don't want to go through life just being depressed, and that's just who you are. You know, you've got to combat it. And there's a few ways. Step one in combating depression, acceptance. You have to accept that you have it. Step two in combating depression, you have to say, yes, I can beat this. Step three, you have to figure out where it came from. Why do you have depression? Step four, you have to figure out how you're going to beat it. What makes you happy? Step five, finding a passion. You know, continuously pursuing that passion. Step six, just deal with it. You know, continue doing everything as you can. And eventually you'll come to a place where you're happy and you don't have depression anymore. Well, at least it's a lot easier anyways. I'm going to talk about some of the ways I combat my depression. One of those is vlogging. You know, I get to talk and, you know, I feel like I'm talking to a few people. And yeah, it's really nice. But one of the other ways is music. Love listening to electronic dance. That's one of the best ways for me, is just listening to music. Sometimes it's metal, sometimes it's jazz. It depends on what makes me happy at that moment, you know? Yeah. Another thing, count on your friends, you know? Learn to trust them. They're people, and you know, maybe they have depression too. Maybe you can help them out. That's one thing I do. I love helping people out. I love helping them through their depression, helping them through all sorts of random mishaps in their life, and I help them try and resolve it. That's one of the things I found that that's what I'm supposed to do. Being out in nature, looking at, you know, what does the place look like? I mean, just figuring out, you know, there's grass here, there's little twigs here, just picking out little differences. Or like, you have things that are like, oh, look at these pretty flowers. They are actually really nice, you know? Yeah. So that's one of the things. And another thing I like to do, I think I might do that like right now, except for I'm gonna go to a place that's not so busy. Well, okay. By not so busy, I mean just a little bit farther away from the main street. This isn't a huge town. So we'll go like this, right here. I like right here. Right here looks good. Oh. One of the best ways is to go and look up at the sky. There's a lot of sun in my eyes, so it's hard to do that, but just feeling the warmth of the sun and feeling the grass. That's one of the things I use. That's why I have this thing right here, my goatee, is I can actually feel it, and I don't know, it's just something that helps me combat it. It's a weird way to combat depression, but it works. And yeah, just chilling out and feeling the earth. As it's really comforting for me. I don't know if it'll work for you guys, but it works for me. Yeah. So those are some of the ways I combat it. Finding a passion, number 5. So I suppose I should probably start walking again. Nah, it's really comfy. I'm just gonna go like this. We'll see. Let's make sure. Oh goodness, that's not working, is it? I guess I'll sit up like this. Yeah, there we go. So finding a passion. Find something you are passionate about and go do it. For me, that would have to be doing the vlogs, doing all of my road trips. I searched through my life and I figured out what was the constant that always made me happy no matter what, no matter how I was feeling. I was driving in a car, going someplace to go do something amazing. That's just something for me. I love doing that. You know, it's not for everyone. It's a lot of times really hard, especially doing daily videos. You know, sometimes I have to take breaks like the last week. But that was more of just me being, I don't know, lazy, being idle. That's one of the things you have to make sure you don't do if you're trying to combat your depression is don't be idle. Don't be sitting somewhere and not doing anything. Because that's when your depression creeps in. That's when it goes, hey look, he's not doing anything. It's really hard to get in there when you're doing stuff. Like when you're looking at cars, when you're sitting, when you're just listening to the sounds. You know, feeling the wind on your face. Feels good. You know? Just kind of appreciating everyday life. It's awesome. That's what I get to do when I do my traveling, when I do my vlogging. I get to appreciate everyday life. It forces me, you know, when you have a passion, a lot of times it forces you to go somewhere. If it's a passion, like, I don't know. A lot of passions, it's just, you know, I like playing video games. That's my passion. But for me, playing video games, it just kind of helps me be numb. And I don't like being numb. I like being happy. If you have a passion, don't ever stop doing that. Always pursue your passions, guys. That's one of the biggest things you can do to combat your depression. But for me, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to talk about where my depression came from now. So, yeah. For me, my depression, I always thought it came from my childhood. You know, I was bullied, people always called me names, you know, stupid stuff like that. But for me, eventually I figured out it's not because of my childhood, it was because I was being idle. It was because I wasn't doing anything with my life. And I wanted to feel like I was doing something with my life. And, you know, for most of my life, I really wasn't doing anything with it. You know, I was in theater, I was being, you know, active in my school activities, I was going to the games, and at those times I was happy, you know. But when I was sitting in my room just watching TV, you know, I was more numb than happy. You know, there were some parts of TV shows, maybe they were really funny, and that was great. I was happy for a second, but it's not a lasting happiness. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, honestly. Travel free. I love you guys, and bye!